By the power of Grayskull, I have the power?
I have the power!
By the power of Numbskull! Oh, they've managed to turn He-Man into a discount Power Ranger. Or Captain Planet. It doesn't even really matter because I can't even get mad anymore. This is incredible because everyone has the power now. It's like everyone gets a medal for participating. Okay, look, let me make this perfectly clear for the hippies at Netflix. When everyone has the power, nobody does. He-Man is like, I have the power, and the commie wokies are like, it's we have the power. That's probably why they did it. The we have the power is to appease the Chinese government. Since the CCP is known for actively discouraging individualism anyway, the only time we have the power would be even remotely appropriate would be if He-Man and She-Ra were saying it in tandem. Hit the subscribe button. We are gaining hundreds of subs per day. So don't be a moron and miss out on this AAA content. This is the place to be. That is a 100% irrefutable fact. Just look at the numbers now. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Netflix is looking at the state of the He-Man franchise and is like, that's a whole lot of damage. How about a little more? Oh, I've got just the thing to take a wrecking ball to everyone's childhood. Masters of the Universe meets Fortnite. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. I thought it was impossible to be worse than Revelations. But on the bright side, you can't kill what's already dead. I mean, they rebooted the reboot all in the same year. But to be perfectly fair, oddly enough, I might actually give this one a chance. I know that's kind of pathetic, but you can thank Kevin Smith for lowering my standards that much. At least He-Man is actually in the title of this one, unlike the other train wreck. You could make Muppet Babies with this art style and put He-Man in the title, and it would still be more respectful to the fans than Kevin Smith's version. The fact that garbage like this keeps popping up in America, but yet Japan still hasn't given us a crossbone Gundam anime keeps me up at night. Sometimes life just isn't fair because anime is the paradise of sci-fi. Not only sci-fi, you have fantasy, science fantasy. If you are in search of another show that blends sci-fi and fantasy, hit the like button. We are going to do more anime shows on this channel. Now, this new Netflix CGI trash is what Kevin Smith would have made if his wife's boyfriend had let him be a little bit more creative. Oh, those Kevin Smith wife-boyfriend jokes never get old, but someone deserves a huge woke social credit bonus for this new trailer. You knocked it out of the park. So stunning and brave, you purple-haired cock. Hold on for a second, let me backtrack. It doesn't look like they're gonna kill off He-Man, so I guess that's sort of an advantage. I don't know, but I'm also getting a lot of Mega Man fully charged vibes from this. It also kind of reminds me of that Angel Wars series, if anyone remembers that. I personally find this to be more amusing than it is offensive, but to critique this from an objective standpoint, right off the bat, there's some things that piss me right off. Okay, number one, Orko is a robot. Number two, Man-at-Arms is Sheamus minus the arm cannon. And number three, He-Man's chest logo is his sword. And there's probably more that I just can't be bothered saying. Other than that though, it looks way more promising than Revelations, that's for sure. Which was way too bland and lacked any personality. But my thing is, why couldn't they've just made this a new franchise? Since their target audience probably knows nothing about Masters of the Universe, but I know that would require too much work and creativity and originality. They would much rather sit in a small room and cup each other's farts all day. But you know, the only way for this show to be a home run, in my opinion, is if there's a character that looks like Kevin Smith and gets kicked around like the soy boy that he is. I mean, if there was a dog that took a poop on a sidewalk, that sight alone would bring Kevin Smith to tears. He is that emotionally unstable. Now, it does feel like strange timing though. The Kevin Smith He-Man was blown out of the water. So many people hated that garbage, and now they introduced this? That is a very poor choice of damage control. I mean, one of the characters is named Ram Man, for Christ's sake. This isn't a skit or something. Ram ma'am. I mean, I had to take a step back and ask myself, is Netflix trolling the fandom at this point, or do they have zero self-awareness? I came to the conclusion that it's even worse than that. It's straight up destructive agenda. It's just further evidence that this trend of wokeness in entertainment is much to do about the ideology itself. They don't get to remake our childhood shows and destroy them and then claim they're not for you. I mean, technically they can if they're willing to suffer the devastating financial loss. What's that old Napoleon saying again? When your enemies are making mistakes, never interrupt them. Netflix's stock keeps plunging. One wonders when they'll stop producing schlop disguised as TV shows. And speaking of quotes, I still love Jordan Peterson's quote roughly saying, if you let these people into your business, they will burn it to the ground. You reap what you sow, but sooner or later, Hollywood is going to have to pay the piper on the never-ending woke agenda. I look forward to that day because the reckoning will be sweet indeed, but I find it ironic that Dark Crystal, which was a masterpiece, just a great experience overall, and Wokeflix decide to cancel it. So you're telling me that you're gonna cancel that show, but you're gonna promote and protect trash on a regular basis? Yeah, your money is going down the toilet, but let's play a clip right now because it goes to the very thing I've been preaching about. Listen to every word that comes out of this moron's mouth because it will tell you everything you need to know about what these companies actually value. Now, beware of the beta male overload. Roll it.
They were acting like I said that we'd been review bombed. I was literally quoting an article that was up. That review bombing thing, it was so weird because I'd been a witness to it from the outside in other occasions. I remember when that happened to The Boys, and I was like, how strange. And when it happened to Captain Marvel, never did I thought we'd be at the epicenter of it, but there we were and stuff. And so naturally, I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? Is it going to bum anybody out, or are we going to be in trouble? And the folks upstairs put it on Front Street. And this is not me being a dick, man. This is just me kind of explaining how counterproductive it is to go all in against something you hate. Their reaction was like, Kevin, this is amazing for the show. And I was like, yeah, but all these people are mad. They were like, yes, it looks like about 5,000 to 10,000 people have written nasty things. And they were like, but we have 210 million subscribers. And I was like, oh, so mathematically we're safe? They're like, safe as kittens. So you can do it. And I ain't trying to stifle anybody's freedom of speech. Absolutely, go ahead and stuff. But it won't do what you think it's going to do. Yeah. I too, like them, was like, oh my God, this is a bad thing. And they were intending to do a bad thing. And I'm not saying it's a nefarious plot or bots and shit, but all the people, it's a little suspect that are, we're, what is it called? Fucking certified fresh. Yeah. And then our audience rating is in the toilet and shit.
Right.
But so just so everyone doesn't say he thinks it's a fucking conspiracy. I'm not saying that. That's what I read.
And there you have it, straight from the Muppet's soy-infused mouth. The people writing the checks don't care about this. Yeah, we know, dumb. Which is why anyone who's watching this video needs to stop giving money to those writing the checks. In that clip, he says that the Netflix executives don't care about Rotten Tomatoes scores. Which, to be honest, I'll join them in not caring because that site is terabad. But let's forget about that. More importantly, Kevin said that Netflix hasn't cared about what customers think about their shows or movies for years. I mean, that is the real interesting takeaway from that little clip, is the fact that Netflix doesn't care if their customers are angry or upset. And that is why they don't greenlight shows or cancel shows based on consumer interest. And why should Netflix care? I mean, as long as people sign up, they get paid. Unless people cancel their subscriptions, they'll take your money and make any garbage they want with it. F*** Netflix. Honestly, fuck them. Canceling is not that hard, people. There are many options out there for you to choose from. Now, I want to end on this. You can easily find old 80s cartoon episodes for free, even here on YouTube. Most of the episodes are cheesy, but many of them are pretty damn good. Watching even one episode for 22 minutes is a far better use of your life than any amount of dumpster juice trash on Netflix and on that bombshell Mannix out.